So mental illness really is a problem in this country. Of course, history shows that the mentally ill have always been with us. But now, our mostly Democrat-run cities are awash in serious mental cases roaming the streets. It's sad. Several decades ago, this country decided that institutionalizing our mentally ill was somehow a violation of their rights. It's a pretty unique take on the Constitution, that it's every citizen's right to eat from garbage cans and treat our sidewalks like toilets. Really, someone named Hunter who didn't bang his brother's widow. Comedian Adam Hunter. Adam, this is the problem. If you're against forcing people into treatment, you'll never have treatment for a lot of people.
No, it's a problem. I mean, in Los Angeles, there's tents everywhere, and I'm like, I gotta treat these people up. So I went out and got a bear costume, you know, to give them the full camping experience. You know, I was a cocaine bear.
Cocaine bear.
But no, it's gotten so bad. There was a guy trying to Airbnb his tent.
Yeah. By the way, there were people getting close to that, like electricity, appliances.
It's crazy. I mean, my cousin was at a mental hospital, and he would hear voices, and unfortunately, none of them were "Don't ask your cousin for money." But I mean, something's got to be done. I don't know.
Big guy goes after AI. With crayon firmly in hand, President Biden signed a wide-ranging executive order guarding against the threats posed by AI. Requirements include that AI companies, quote, combat algorithmic discrimination and ensure that AI advances equity. Apparently, both are necessary to ensure there's no prejudice against trans robots of color. What do you say, Adam? Are you worried about this?
I don't know. I mean, they're calling Biden the most woke president, and this guy's not awake. But no, I'm not really worried. I mean, I just think we're on the verge of World War III, and he's worried about, whether or not all the college kids could cheat using ChatGPT in a fair way. It's rough. And then, I'm not even sure what Kamala Harris does, even when she was, but back in the day, people were like, well, she checks lots of boxes. I'm like, that's great if you're a gynecologist. But,
because that's where you keep the gloves, in the drawers.
That's right.
See how I saved that? So our editors don't remove it? He's talking about the drawers in the doctor's office. Where
the
they have
old glove box.
The glove box. Do you really give a hoot about what's in Ron's boot? There's a rumor going around that Governor Ron DeSantis has been hitting the campaign trail with lifts in his boots. Or Adam.
Yes.
Are we shallow? Are we a shallow people for making this a story?
This is not a real story. I mean, it's too bad he's boycotting Disneyland because he can finally go on the rides. But I mean, I just think that, he's adding 3 inches, vertically, and Chris Christie needs to take off 30 feet horizontally. Look, people lie. I mean, even Trump said he was 6'2", 215 pounds. And I'm like, yeah, okay, and Lizzo's bulimic.
5 words, Big Mac worth $18, Kennedy. McDonald's revenue is soaring after raising menu prices, with one Connecticut location charging $18 for a Big Mac combo meal. It's so bad that Mayor McCheese has now become a McGigolo. Have you had an $18 Big Mac meal yet?
No, and if I do, it better come with Ozempic. It better go in and out real quick. I mean, like $18, that's like they should just put a McDonald's at the border, and then people will come, see the prices, and run back.
When I was in college back in the day, we had something called Mickey Mouse courses. These were classes you took where you were sure to get an easy A. Even today, there are courses on tree climbing, Harry Potter, Taylor Swift, but the biggest Mickey Mouse major of them all, gender studies. According to Yale Daily News, over 90% of women in gender studies majors at the Ivy League school receive A grades. Adam?
Yes.
Adam, do you have kids?
I do.
Yeah, are you worried at all?
I mean, when I was a kid, He-Man was a cartoon, and now it's a gender pronoun. I mean, you're gonna have to start having 2 gender reveal parties. Like one in the womb and one when you're 10.
Yes.
But it is. I mean, my daughter asked me, she's like, can boys get pregnant? And I'm like, no, unless you watch CNN. But
magazine dedicated its entire upcoming issue to Trump is evil with 27 articles exploring what would happen if he wins. And no, it's not inflation, global meltdowns, a dissolving border, and rampant street crime. We already got that thanks to their preferred choice. Adam, have you ever had a woman hate you the way Liz Cheney hates Trump?
That's a tough one, but
I have.
but it's just crazy because like they're saying that Trump is going to get back at his enemies, but that's exactly what they're doing right now. You know, I mean, he might be our first president like elected from jail.
Yeah.
Which would be nuts because all of his speeches would be like, "You have a collect call from inmates 423." You know. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're worried about he's not even in there yet.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, Biden's a fighter. I mean, he's fighting dementia. But we'll see. And then one of the articles said that he's the only adult in the room, which is Biden's wet dream.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what he could be
I'll tell you
referring.
after the show.
He can barely think, but boy, does he stink. Former Secretary of State and current human tree hybrid, John Kerry, is the subject of tonight's investigation. You remember John? He started his career on Easter Island.
Damn.
Oh, John was speaking at a recent climate conference in Dubai where he apparently farted during his talk.
I find myself getting more and more militant because I do not understand how adults who are in position of responsibility can be avoiding responsibility for taking away those things that are killing people on a daily basis. And the reality is that...
Adam, where do you land on
I
this?
think, but I could relate to this actually, because one time I farted so loud I woke my wife up, and she wasn't even home.
Yeah. 5 words. Good date cost $196. All right, Kaylee, according to a new survey of single people, you know what those are, the average person estimates that a good date should cost $196. Thoughts? Adam, I don't even know. Are you married?
I am married.
Do you even know what people do on dates? I don't.
No, my wife doesn't know either because she's gonna yell at me. I get so mad. I mean, I just hate you. I always expect the guy to pay for the first night because you're the guy and she's an escort. But
A recent CBS News poll found that people who think that their family life is going well are a lot more likely to say that they're more happy in general. What do you think?
I agree with everything you guys are saying. I know that I spent holidays with my family, and my daughter is 5, and we're very close. And the other day, she's like, "Daddy, I want to marry you." And I'm like, "Honey, you can't marry me." And then she's like, "Why?" And my wife's like, "You'll be disappointed." But I remember when I got my wife pregnant, we were not married at the time. I didn't know how to tell.
Scandal.
Well, I didn't know how to tell her parents, so I got them a gift for Christmas that wasn't really wrapped. And they're like, "You're not really good at wrapping things." I'm like, "Well, speaking of which," but my wife and I, we do argue. Like the other day, she's like, "You never do what I want to do." And I'm like, "All right, tomorrow night we'll stay home and complain about me." And like even like today, I was like, "Let's play hide and go seek. You guys hide," and then I came here.
Yeah. Tank claims analysts on the CIA's COVID discovery team were paid off to suppress their evidence showing the virus came from a lab. Adam, do you think we'll ever actually...
Everything just kept changing. I mean, Fauci's taking so many losses, he should play for the Pistons.
It is rough.
It just, everything kept changing. Like, even with the vaccine, I got the vaccine because I want to be part of the class action lawsuit in 10 years. But, like, you don't even know who to trust. Even, like, they told everyone, stay healthy. Then they closed the gyms and keep the dispensaries and liquor stores open. It's like,
Yes.
it's like, here's your new life coach, Hunter Biden, you know?
Is your dream to be your favorite character from TV? What about you? What show would you pick?
Well, I used to watch that one show where they starve these animals and make them fight each other, called America's Next Top Model.
Words. Why are men abandoning college? Okay, so Adam, I one time actually had a guy tell me he was going to college to be a comedian, and that was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Why do you think this is?
I think because it's becoming ridiculous. I mean, people are majoring in like I hate Jews and like guess my pronoun, you know, and all the debt, you know, like that's why I kind of supported Bernie Sanders of making college free, but then I'm like that would ruin strip clubs.